Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Tiffany and I upload a new homemaking video every Sunday. It is a very fall-like day here today in New England. It's beautiful. I am going to give my house a good scrub down and pump some fresh energy into it and love on it. I'm also going to be decorating for fall tomorrow, and I'm also going to share with you a fall dinner recipe. I'm going to share with you my chili and cornbread. My hope is that this video really inspires you to pump some life into your home and set the tone for the kind of fall you want to have in your house. And if you have any fun fall ideas or traditions that you like to incorporate into your homes, let me know in the comments below and we'll just have fun getting ready for some fall time together. To start off this homemaking extravaganza, I went ahead and started a load of laundry, and then I started to pick up all the just junk that had accumulated in the dining room and the kitchen over the past couple of days. And then I also collected my spring and summer towels and decorations on the dining room table. While I was doing that, I realized I didn't have any cornmeal to make the cornbread that I'm gonna make for you guys. So I had to get ready and pop out to get some. But I'm gonna take you with me, so hopefully you'll like it. One of the cool things about living in Plymouth, Massachusetts is we have a functioning mill and they grind cornmeal still. They stone grind it and it's so good. So we're gonna run and pick some up. I kind of want to show you a little picture of it because it's so cute. When I got back home, I went straight to work on this tea drawer. Now, I allowed myself 2 days of cleaning so that I could pursue little projects like this as I stumble upon them. So you'll see me do about 4 or 5. And when the weather turns cold, I like to have hot tea a lot more often. So I just wanted to make sure this drawer was easy to navigate and I didn't have to dig for what I wanted. This project also only took me about 7 minutes. It was really easy, and I'm always surprised by how these little nagging chores don't take really that much time. Oh man, that cinnamon apple spice tea. If you're trying to cut back on sugar, but you love apple cider, try that tea. There's no calories, there's no sugar, nothing, that you shouldn't have in it, but it tastes like a lot of flavor. It's really good. Once my tea drawer was all organized, I went downstairs and switched over the laundry. And what I'm doing here is just putting a little bit of essential oil on these wool dryer balls that I leave in the dryer. And it helps with static and also makes my laundry smell amazing. I'm not a big fan of dryer sheets or fabric softener. I feel like they kind of coat my clothes in some kind of film, and I don't like that. So I've been using this and I really like it. While I was down there, I saw my next mini project, and that was this little corner of the laundry room that I tend to neglect, obviously. So I took a few minutes to put everything back together and make it nice again. This laundry room isn't my favorite room in the house, so I don't love to spend a lot of time down there, but even if you don't like a room in your house, sometimes it's nice to invest a little love in it anyway and appreciate it for what it is. My laundry room is functional, my washer and dryer works, and I'm gonna say thank you for that by taking care of it. Also, does everybody collect change in either a plastic beer cup or a Crown Royal bag? I feel like those are the only acceptable ways to save it. If you save change some other way, let me know. But I'm pretty sure even if you don't drink, you have to save it in some kind of beer cup or a Crown Royal bag. When I got back upstairs, I went ahead and put my spring and summer decorations and towels away in the drawer, which took 5 seconds because I don't have much. And then I had to conquer the attic. I keep my fall and Christmas stuff up there, so I had to make the trip up, and it was very scary. The ladder is a little rickety and the floor up there is not finished, so it just takes some skills to navigate. But I did it successfully, and if you're wanting to know exactly how I feel, listen to this door close, and that's how it feels to go up in the attic. After I survived my trip to the attic, I was ready to really get moving, so I just cleaned my face off for the next few hours.
Damn long day and a slow ride home, but I can't wait till we're alone. We'll hang out on the front porch, sitting close. Baby, you're the one that I like most. I got no money 'cause I ain't got paid. We'll sit and bitch about our day and scour through the house looking for smokes. Baby, you're the one that I like most. And when the whole world turns to shit, I wanna say I'm through with it. You get me high when I'm really low. And when this world is through with me and I've seen all that I can see, I'll watch the sun go down, hoping you know that baby, you're the one that I like most. Yeah, baby, you're the one that I like most. Well, baby, I've known other guys, no matter how damn hard they try, there ain't one of them that could come close. No, baby, you're the one that I like most. You're the only one for me, you're everything I'll ever need. Sometimes I just can't help but boast, 'cause baby, you're the one that I like most. And when the whole world turns to shit, I wanna say I'm through with it. You get me high when I'm really low.
Hello everyone. It is the next morning, so this is day 2 of my get my house clean and decorate for fall. So I'll just show you what I am going to put out, and I like to work with what I already have as much as possible, and then I'll see if I really want to get anything else. Now that I'm looking at what I have, I realize I don't have a ton of decor. I really just do dish towels and these leaf garlands on my windows. I have a little pumpkin that I'll show you in just a second. It's like a little pumpkin leaf arrangement that I think is fun. And then I have a couple candles and the cinnamon broom. But other than that, I'm not putting anything else out. I don't think it's really necessary. I have a couple of Halloween things that I'll put up, but other than that, I don't like my decorations to get in the way of using my house, if that makes sense. For some reason, I feel like sitting up in the attic for a year, the stuff all gets kind of gross, so I'm gonna wash all my towels and table setting stuff. Oh, I guess I like to change out my wreath too. I love this one. Something else I really love about seasonal decorating is it gives you a chance to look at your house. And you'll see here, I noticed that the tops of these cabinets that I have are disgusting. They got so dusty. I don't even know when the last time is I really got up there and wiped them down, but it happened today and everything up there is clean now. So that makes me very happy. In the process of hanging up these leaf garlands, I found my next project. And my little windowsill here where I keep all my plants just got really dirty. I have lots of leaves and sticks and dirt on this windowsill, and it had fallen behind this bench as well. So I went ahead and vacuumed all that up and wiped it down really good after I hung up my leaves. Now on this day, I was feeling a little bit less on fire than I was the day before. So I had on a playlist called Chill on Pandora, and I didn't really know any of the songs that they played on this station, but it was awesome. So definitely if you are cleaning house and you just kind of want a mellow vibe going on, try that out. It was really relaxing. The next thing I did on this day was go ahead and put my fall slip covers on these sofa pillows. I like to just make covers and change them out, or buy covers and change them out instead of buying like whole pillows. That way it's easier to store. I don't love having a ton of stuff in storage, so the more space I can save, the better. And if you live in an apartment or someplace that doesn't have a lot of storage, I highly recommend doing this. And if you want to know how to make these, I have a tutorial from last year on my channel. Once I had most of my decorations up, I decided it was a good time to vacuum and mop. I try to do this as close to the end as possible, just because cleaning top to bottom makes the most sense. I was also deep cleaning my bedroom on this day. And I didn't show this, but I did another deep cleaning task. I washed my mattress cover, and I also, while that was washing, I sprayed my mattress down with vinegar and baking soda, and I vacuumed my mattress. But I didn't catch it on film this time, but next time I do it, I'll try to film it so you can see how I do it. I love this vacuum. It gets under everything. It's so easy to work with. And I didn't want to keep this video going for like way too long, so I just filmed myself mopping this part of the floor, and I wanted to show you this because I actually trapped myself on this bench because I wasn't paying attention to where I was mopping, and I ended up having to sit there until the floor was dry. Now that the floors were dry, I just went ahead and put my curtains and all of my chairs and furniture back where it went so that I could start dinner. I just wanted to have everything feeling put together before I started a new project. The last thing I did was put this tablecloth on. And I have a few finishing touches to do once they're done in the dryer, and I'll show you those while my cornbread is in the oven actually. Hey all, it has been the busiest day ever. As you have noticed, I have been cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. I also stopped in the middle to get a haircut and got my hair colored, so now my hair is a shade darker and 3 inches shorter mid-video, so that's fun. And I am actually pretty much done with the housework, thank goodness. I am looking forward to spending a lovely night in with my husband. I have been working pretty hard this week, and I think he has too, so we're ready to decompress and just have a nice evening in. So I am going to make a pot of chili and some cast iron cornbread. To make this meal, go ahead and preheat a pot on the stove. I preheat my cast iron Dutch oven at about medium heat. And I'm also going to preheat my oven for my cornbread with the skillet inside to about 400 degrees. While my Dutch oven heats up, I'm also going to drizzle some olive oil in the bottom of this pot. While that preheats, I'm going to chop up my onion, and I'm going to open these cans over here that you see on the screen as well. I have diced tomato and 3 cans of beans. You can use whatever beans you want. I have black beans, kidney beans, and pinto beans. When you finally finish with your canned goods struggle, go ahead and soften up some onions. Or actually it's just one onion, but it looks like it's a bunch of onions right now because it's all cut up. I let these soften up for about 3 or 4 minutes. I love the way this sounds, and I really love the way it smells too. After your onions are softened up, add a pound of ground beef. You're going to want to break this up into small pieces, so I'm just kind of playing with it to get it started here, which is kind of gross, but after you handle it, make sure to wash your hands really good. You don't want to get that all over your kitchen. As your hamburger browns, break it up into even smaller pieces with a wooden spoon. I like this one that I'm using here. It has a flat edge. It's really awesome. So if you see one, definitely pick one up. Once you have it all broken up, go ahead and add some salt and pepper to your pot. And if you like salt as much as I do, you can add salt again. And just keep stirring it around in the pot until your hamburger is all brown. Once you make it to that goal, go ahead and dump all your cans of goodies that you struggled to open into your Dutch oven or your chili pot. Then you'll just want to stir this up and then scoot over to your counter to mix up your seasoning. I'm going to list all the ingredients and the seasoning in the description box below, so don't panic when I read these off really fast to you. The seasoning mix that I'm using is 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, no, 2 teaspoons of cumin, sorry, half a teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, and then more salt and pepper. And like I said, I will list that in the description box below, so don't panic. You can look it up. Then just give it a stir and boil it for about half an hour, and then just let it simmer until you're ready to eat it. Now it's time to move on to our cornbread. Go ahead and start with softening your butter. I had to soften mine in the microwave because I forgot to get it out of the refrigerator ahead of time. If you can remember to set it out, that's your best bet, because you'll see me on here in a second really struggling. I make some pretty god-awful faces trying to cream this sugar and butter together. I just didn't let it soften up enough. Don't be like me. I make it work in the end, but it was frustrating. Once you have your sugar and butter cream together, add 3 eggs and your milk. And I will leave all these measurements down in the description box below as well. Once you go ahead and have all these wet ingredients mixed together, make your dry ingredient mix. It's 2 cups of flour, 1 1/3 cups cornmeal, 4 1/2 teaspoons baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. And I just whisked it together once I had it all in there, and I had to switch my wet ingredients bowl because I realized I should have put my wet ingredients in that bigger bowl, but I didn't. So I had to correct course at some point in this video. So when the bowls change color, you'll know why. Now I just added all of my dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. I did it like half and half just because I didn't want them to go flying everywhere because of the mixer. But you just mix it up until it's just combined. So don't go too crazy on over mixing it. But then it's ready to put into the skillet. So I just melted butter all over this skillet that was preheated in the oven and added my batter into it. Then I popped it back in the oven for half an hour. Once I had the cornbread in the oven, I had some time. So I just went ahead and cleaned up the kitchen and got everything feeling clean again because I had messed up my nice clean kitchen. And then I put the finishing touches on all of my decorations. So I put my towels out and my table runner on, and I ran around my house and lit some candles just to give it a cozy vibe and get myself in the mood to have a nice, relaxing evening. I don't feel like I really have to buy anything to add to my fall decorations this year. The only thing I'm interested in is something to put in this bowl. I love this bowl, but I'd like to put something in it. I kind of like the way it looks empty, but I would like to put something in it. So let me know what you think I should add here. Once I was done putting the finishing touches on my decorations, the timer went off and my cornbread was done. So the timing was just about perfect on this day. And it turned out so fantastic. That was just like perfectly golden cornbread to go with this hearty chili, and it was the perfect dinner. It was filling and satisfying at the end of all of my hard work and my husband's hard work for the day. It was definitely a nice treat for changing seasons. I really love taking the time to do some awesome homemaking for a couple days. Our houses are really the only thing we have a lot of control over if we're lucky. So it's nice to just go ahead and make things around me as good as they can be, especially during these crazy times. I know not everyone's having an easy time of it, and I'm hoping that through taking great care of our houses and each other, we can make it through. Go ahead and give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of my homemaking videos. And until then, I hope you have a safe and lovely fall, my friends. Bye for now.